Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We finally have the Genesis. Things are looking up. I think with this ship, that indicates we're probably nearing the end of the game. That being said, though, let's move on to the next area. All right. Yeah, of course they land us in the middle of a frigging asteroid field, right?
Captain, I'm detecting warp readings in the vicinity.
Bognan, in position.
Holy cow, it's the Genesis! I thought our scouts were high in Sitar resin. What business could the Republic possibly have in Samaria?
They're with me, Patches.
What? Sheep? Unbelievable! The big boss aboard the Republic's flagship. Wow, how things change.
Spare us your musings. We have pressing matters on the surface.
Yeah, the thing is, since you've been gone, things have been going well for us. With Fist at the helm, we're back in business. Now, the tier kills and steals as much as it wants, as it always should have been.
Yeah, they need to die.
Nothing personal, Sheep, but this whole business with the war, alliances, and Aquinian revenge? Well, you know where you can shove it.
They're activating their weapons, Captain!
Open fire and hold your position.
The others will execute you when they find out about this!
They'll never know, Sheep. We're finished. The red tier belongs to us now.
Utter devastation. Suppose I mustn't get too carried away. They are doing significant damage to me.
More enemy ships approaching, Captain.
I knew this wasn't a good idea!
We can hold them off. Let's stand together and focus our fire on the same enemy.
You're dead, Patches! You and the entire Fist unit!
Get rid of them already!
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to repair after this.
There
Although
are
it's
hardly
not
any
that
enemy
much
reinforcements
damage.
left, Captain.
But still.
We'll make it. Don't slow down.
God damn it! Finish Sheep off, you useless bastards!
reinforcements! We need more ships! Where do you think you're going? We're not done yet!
Spread out! Don't let them run away!
Area clear.
Yep.
So, a safe meeting point. Right, Sheep?
Looks like my dogs have been on their own too long, Captain. All they need is a little reminder of who's feeding them.
Anyway, now it's too late to back out. What do you think, Falkman?
It's a wonderful plan, Captain. I can't wait to land and get skinned alive.
That's the spirit. My set course for the coordinates Sheep has given us. Let's land.
Oh, I love the enthusiasm. Right. I'm going to assume we're not going directly into another combat situation involving the ship. So I'm going to go straight to the planet. Let's hope I'm right. Right. Following the coordinates Sheep has given you, you fly over to Blaymore and land on the outskirts of the city near the coast. Before the First Solar War, Blaymore was a city renowned for its advanced technology and industrial fabric. Now, hundreds of years later, only the skeletons of skyscrapers remain, resting on the remnants of what was once a great city. Alright, Sheep, you're the boss. My men will be in the port area, less than half an hour from here. The Red Tier has been using the Blaymore shipyard as one of its headquarters for years. Trust me, it's a safe place. Not even the crime families of the Living Bay know about this place. You look at Falkner expecting some kind of response, but he is unperturbed. At first glance, showing up at the Red Tier's lair does not seem like a very good idea. Sheep going with you does not ensure your safety, as you have already mentioned. If Sheep's men are vying for command, seeing him appear alongside the Republic and the Renegade army could be counterproductive. Set off. You continue walking towards the shipyard. Along the way, you see ruins and abandoned facilities, now covered by vegetation that makes its way through the concrete and metal. Although seeing Sheep escorted by the Republic is not going to make a good impression, leaving him alone is too dangerous. Sheep, we have arrived. Stop. In the distance, you make out the two industrial buildings in better condition, and several men outside carrying crates back and forth. Several of them notice you, and preparing for a firefight, grab their weapons, and take up cover positions until one of them recognizes Sheep. It's Sheep! We thought you were a prisoner! It's a long story, Kane. Where's Fist? Kane. He's inside with the others. He's taking care of everything during your absence. Sheep. I know. Take us to him. The men look at each other confused, not knowing what to do. I'm not going to say it again, Kane. Kane and the others lead you inside under the watchful eyes of hundreds of men there. Despite the hostile atmosphere, Sheep calmly follows Kane to a burly man who appears to be Fist. Fist. But if it isn't Sheep in the flesh, it seems that not even death itself can keep you. Sheep heads straight for him, but two men cut him off. Little by little, the rest begin to crowd around you, watching the scene with curiosity. Sheep, I hear you've been keeping this thing afloat. First, I'm very surprised. I thought your brother would be the one to take the reins if something ever happened to me. Fist looks at Sheep defiantly. Marcus is too soft for this, and you know it. The Red Tier needs a capable leader, and I've been more than up to the task, whereas you seem to have lost your edge somewhat. Captured by the Children of the Sun and escorted home by the Republic? Sheep. Since when do you have the right to question my actions? Fist raised his head and looks at you. No one is above the organization, not even you, Sheep. We've had enough of your personal crusade. This damn war and losing men and money. The Red Tier has never relied on alliances or treaties. We destroy our enemies and take whatever we want. You, on the other hand, have preferred to put your own interests before those of the organization itself. You hear the murmur of the crowd, who stare at you impassively. Sheep speaks calmly. So you have sent your men to kill me for the sake of the Red Tier? Fist. You know that many of our soldiers would blindly follow you to their death in Sol Invictus if you so ordered. I didn't want to do it, but we can't afford infighting. You founded this, and I'll be happy to follow you again as long as you show us whose side you're on. You have to choose here and now, either them or us. Sheep nods. So what's your plan, Fist? Do you intend for us to amass a fortune by stealing and murdering, while the galaxy is doomed to destruction at the hands of the Children of the Sun? Fist. Sounds pretty good to me. Some of the men behind him laugh and chant. Sheep. You know, you're right. I've always said emotions ruin business, but this time I was the one who got carried away. Sheep ignores you completely. What do we owe them? Enslaved for centuries by the Children of the Sun, confined to the fold in subhuman conditions with the blessing of the Interstellar Republic. Look at us. We have come out of hell itself and have become their worst nightmare. The crowd chants in encouragement at the speech. Sheep. You are my family, Aquinians who have torn off your chains by force. One life of yours is worth more than 1,000 of any of them. Sheep, what are you saying? You take a step forward trying to reach him, but several of the men point their guns at you. Sheep. I'll be honest with you, Captain Schmidt. I don't give a shit what happens to the Republic. Did the Republic do anything when the Children of the Sun burned down Unai? Did they do anything during the centuries that the Aquinians were enslaved? No, they did not lift a finger. We are not their allies, Captain. We are their tool. Sheep's men shout euphorically as Sheep approaches Fist to shake his hand. You're handing the galaxy over to Nartos. Sheep. First, I must thank you. You've taken care of all of this in my absence and opened my eyes. Had I been in your shoes, I would have done the same. Fist nods, pleased. I'm glad you've come to your senses. You're the one who's made us what we are today, and always be grateful to you for that. Everything I've done, it's been to protect your legacy. Sheep, I know. Sheep? Suddenly, Sheep hits Fist with such a strong right hook that he knocks him out at once. Before the astonished gaze of the rest of the men, Sheep grabs him by the lapel of his jacket and continues to punch him. You take a step towards him, but Falkland stops you, shaking his head. In the factory, nothing can be heard but the sound of Sheep's fist smashing into the man's face, who has long since stopped breathing. Finally, Sheep spits on the ground and raises his blood-covered fist towards the others. Sheep raises his tone, addressing his men. It seems some of you are a bit confused. Who fed you when you were starving? Who protected you from the deadly cold of the fold and gave you a place to warm yourselves? Each and every one of you owes me your lives. The men murmur. You are my warriors, Aquinian brothers who have suffered the unspeakable. because of the world that had rejected them. We have bled together and laid waste to any who would defy us. Everything we've been through has been because of the children of the sun and them alone. They stole our land and slaughtered our people. They continue to sell us to the lords of the empire as if we were cattle. Sheep raises his fist even higher to the cheering shouts of his men. You say this is not your fight, that you'd rather ignore the cries of your brothers to enjoy the freedom I gave you? Then you are the enemy of the Red Tier. There is no fortune nor bliss on the path I'll lead you down. Only blood and vengeance, but we are the last warriors of Unai, and they are not done with us yet. The crowd explodes in cheers. Let us break the chains of slavery and take back our land. Not one more Aquinian shall be born under the yoke of the sun. I'd ally with the devil himself if that meant I could drag the children of the sun to hell. Go to war by my side, brothers. Make the children of the sun weep tears of blood. The response is immediate. Sheep's men raise their weapons, cheering his name over and over again. Sheep, sheep, sheep. You hear it booming throughout the facility. The Red Tier is back on your side, and aside from Fist, there have been no other casualties. All things considered, the operation has been a resounding success. Sheep gestures for his men to put down their guns, and he rejoins you. Sheep, it will take time to assemble the fleet and regain command of the other clans, but we'll be ready just in time for the attack on the solar system. I'll honor my agreement with the Republic just as you'll honor yours. As soon as Nartos has fallen, Unai will be returned to the Aquinian people. You nod. The Republic will keep the terms you signed with Mason intact, Sheep. You have my word. Sheep nods in agreement and you set off on your return journey. Although Sheep has regained control of the Red Tier, there are still the rest of the criminal clans on New Titan to be reckoned with. In any case, it's now up to them. The Children of the Sun are preparing for the assault on Dun Marad, and you'll still have a long journey ahead of you. You must gather your men and prepare the defense before it is too late. Back to the ship.
God, did you see how Sheep took out that guy in front of his men? That was insane. I can't believe we're still in one piece. The chances of accomplishing the mission without casualties were slim. The algorithms estimated at least a couple of casualties among the crew.
We're glad you're okay too, Mai.
Thank you, Captain. Shall we set a course for Dun Marad, or would you prefer to continue talking about our feelings?
Yeah. As characters go, I love that AI. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the ship repaired quick, and we'll be on our way, I think.
Captain Astra here, docking permission requested.
That must be a bug? Maybe they have some mobile repair kits as well. Let's see. No, they do not. Okay, let's go. On to the next one. So, it's been quite the journey. If this is it closing out,
Seriously?
I'm
Another
definitely having
interception?
fun.
We'll finish you off and spend your credits on updates.
Though I do wish these pointless interceptions would stop a bit.
Targets neutralized, crew. We are out of danger.
Because if I'm being honest, I tear them to pieces. Alright, let's get on with it. You disembark and Faulkner signals for you to follow him with a slight nod and his characteristic silence. With him, you walk through the pavilions, watching both the men of the renegade army and the Republic soldiers prepare for the attack. The delivery of sheep in Samaria has delayed you too long. You will have to get to work as soon as possible. Finally, you reach the Situation Room where several men are waiting for you. As soon as you enter, you notice several familiar people, including Jody Blaze. The woman watches you closely from a corner, scowling. It seems that in spite of everything, she still holds a grudge against you for everything that has happened. Captain Flanagan. Gee, and here I thought we'd never have to meet again, Captain Astra. Flanagan flashes a smile and shakes your hand. How many familiar faces. You look around and recognize some of the soldiers standing there. Sitting at the table, you also see Markel, who stays silent, watching you carefully. Jody Blaze. Okay, looks like we're all here at last. Since you've returned alive, I must assume that Chief's delivery was successful. Will the red tier be on our side, Captain Schmidt? Faulkner interrupts. Don't worry, Blaze, everything's running smoothly. Completely ignoring him, they all fix their eyes on you, waiting for your response. It's hard to know. You continue. Despite the setbacks, Sheep reunited with his men and regained command. He's assured us that he'll go ahead with the assault on the solar system. But first he has to retake control of the other crime families. Markel sighs. You know him best. Do you think we can take his word for it? You nod. Sheep will do anything to overthrow Nartos. If he succeeds in rallying the new Titan clans, he'll fight on our side in the solar system. I'm sure of it. You ask, what do we know about the Children of the Sun? Jody Blaze. We've detected enemy ships heading towards our sectors. We still have some time, but the attack is imminent. Nartos has apparently called on several of his most trusted commanders to lead the assault, so expect a tough battle. How many ships are we talking about? Oh boy. Approximately 1,000. But we don't know exactly. Although much of the Nartos fleet is guarding the solar system, there's still far more ships than we expected. Even accounting for Republic reinforcements, we're still completely outnumbered. You sigh. Although the Alliance cannot afford the defeat of the Renegade army, the defense of Dun Marad will greatly delay the attack on the solar system, buying the Children of the Sun time to build Hydra. It seems that whatever happens in this battle, Nartos will come out on top. How are the preparations going? Jody Blaze. Our squadrons are ready to receive instructions. We'll distribute our defenses throughout the sector to hinder enemy advance and divide the conflict into several fronts. You nod in agreement. With a numerical inferiority against you, it will be best to divide your forces to avoid a sweeping frontal onslaught. Jody Blaze. In addition, we're counting on the Genesis to bolster our defenses. At the start, we'll need it commanding the front closest to the planet until we can push them back. Once the Children of the Sun have disbanded, we'll direct it to key areas to support the rest of the squadrons. Understood. After the initial explanation, you delve into military strategy for several hours. These people know the enemy's line of action, protocols, units, formations. In just a few hours, they have been able to outline the enemy's plans, as assuredly as if it were Nartos himself speaking, and to draw up a containment plan. Without a doubt, you need the renegade army on your side to defeat the Children of the Sun. You finally finish the meeting and head back to your ships. Alarms sound, indicating an imminent attack by the Children of the Sun. You and the crew rush to the spaceport where several of the captains assigned to your squadron are waiting for you, ready to take off. They are joined by Jody Blaze, who will cooperate with you in leading the defense. You both exchange silent glances and board your ships. You speak in the transmitter. This is Captain Schmidt. We are preparing for takeoff. What's the situation out there? Jody Blaze. Our scouts have reported enemy presence approaching the sector. Our captains are in position awaiting further orders. The Children of the Sun should appear soon. Look, I suppose you could say I'm happy Jodie's along for the ride, but I feel like her transition from being hateful and seething to just being a full-on Republic supporter has been far too quick. But anyway, copy that. For a moment, you look at the bridge. You could never have imagined yourself at the helm of the Republic's flagship. Until recently, your biggest problems were nothing more than pirates and smugglers, trespassing on your territory, or the occasional small-scale diplomatic conflict. Now, years later, you command an entire fleet to fight the largest army known to man. It is clear that the situation has overwhelmed you for a long time. But there is no turning back now. The only question left to ask is whether you'll be up to the task. Are you alright, Captain? Huh? Your men watch you, waiting for the order to take off. Although you do not want to admit it to them, you are exhausted. Your duty is to stand firm and show no doubts to your crew, but the weight of responsibility that has befallen you is so great that you can hardly sleep anymore. Once again, you think of Scott. Had she ever felt like that? She always seemed tough and unflappable, even during the worst of times. Is everything ready? That's right, Captain. Systems are ready. We're ready for takeoff. You shake your head, pushing away such negative thoughts. There is no alternative. If you do not stop the Children of the Sun, it will be the end of all you know. At this point, you can only move forward without questioning it. You speak out loud. I want everyone at their posts. Redirect energy flow and prioritize offensive systems. We will not allow them to land. The crew shouts in unison. Once again, you depart for battle.
All set, Captain. Our ships are already in position.
What is the enemy situation?
Our scouts have already engaged in combat. The attack is imminent.
Have you alerted the other units?
Affirmative. They are ready and waiting for orders. We'll try to slow down the Children of the Sun, but you'll bear the brunt of it.
Defend the sector. Okay, cool. Let's do this.
I detect enemy presence in the vicinity, Captain.
The Children of the Sun have arrived. Gas, deploy the rest of the squadrons. We'll stop as many ships as we can. Good luck.
They're coming!
Everyone in position. Do not let the enemy advance.
too many of them!
Do not allow them to cross our lines!
We're outnumbered!
Hold formation and destroy as many as you can! What is the situation on the ground?
Our men have initiated anti-aircraft measures. So far, they're managing to keep the Children of the Sun at bay.
Keep it up. We'll try to contain as many as we can.
Damn it, they keep coming! We need more ships!
The rest of the squadrons are in combat! You'll have to make do with what you've got, Falkton!
Keep up the pressure, we're almost done!
Don't get cocky! The squadron is heading straight for your position!
Finish them off! Clear a path to the ground!
Polaris!
You're still alive, please.
Don't do it, please, Polaris!
I must! I will accomplish what you and Quartz could not! May the sun light your way!
Polaris, listen to Blaze. This doesn't have to end like this.
Astra, is that you? I warned you what would happen if we met again! You're to blame for all this!
I'm begging you, Polaris!
Are you out of your mind? Take him down already! Stand firm! We're gaining ground! Destroy the Genesis! Don't let Astra live!
Sorry, Blaze, but we must neutralize him.
They're right! It's him or us!
Return to your formation! We'll take down the Genesis at any cost!
Focus your fire on the enemy leader. Polaris must go down.
But I can't.
Wake up, Blaze! He's trying to kill us! Too late for him!
He's my brother!
I detect no further warp readings, Captain. Looks like there's no more reinforcements left.
Keep up the pressure. As soon as we're done, we'll serve as reinforcements for the rest of the squad.
I'm sorry, Polaris.
This isn't over, Astra! The Emperor awaits you in Sol Invictus! The galaxy will be ours, do you hear me? Nartos will crush you like he did Scott!
There was a way to disable the ship rather than destroy it. Damn it, now I feel really, really bad. I thought there would have been another outcome to that.
Charles.
Enemies down. What is the situation on the other fronts?
Victory is ours, Captain. The Children of the Sun are retreating. There are still some pockets of fighting, but we've already sent reinforcements. As for your squadron, I need you to return to headquarters. The Children of the Sun are still trying to storm it.
Roger that. You heard? We're returning to land.
Yeah, I think Blaze is gonna really hate me after this.
Seriously? Another interception?
Activate the shields! Let's finish them off!
We'll crush you like insects!
Targets neutralized, crew. We are out of danger.
Right, let's get on with it. Hmm. You yell enemies at 4 o'clock. You open fire once more and hit one of the Children of the Sun's ships, blowing it up. Falkner, we must clear the West Bridge. Roger that. Although many Children of the Sun's ships have managed to make way towards land, Dun Marad is holding firm. The barracks have suffered damage, but thanks to the splendid work of the ground units, the enemy fleet has not managed to get inside. The Genesis shakes strongly after being hit by several missiles. Both the ship's endurance and its offensive capabilities have exceeded all expectations. You speak. More coming, everyone information. Falkner. The rest of the captains follow you and you gradually clear the airspace until finally there are barely any enemy ships left. Crew member Anderson. That was the last one. Victory is ours. Despite enemy's advantage, you have managed to repulse the attack. Throughout the battle, all you could think about was the risk of Hydra Core being destabilized, but now you can breathe easy. My damage report. My gives a breakdown of all the damage, although it seems none of it is critical. My. Also, I think I should add a change of Costa's uniform to the damage list. From the look on her face while repairing the upper injector, I wouldn't vouch for the integrity of her underwear. Anderson speaks over the transmitters. Very funny, Mai. Do you even know how unstable the Argonian heads are? I'd love to see you guys manipulating them in the heat of battle. You've done a great job, Anderson. Thank you, Captain. You reply, but be sure to shower before returning to the bridge. The rest of the crew laughs at the tension of battle wears off. Maybe you've been worrying too much. Since the installation of the core, there hasn't been even the slightest indication of abnormal behavior. Mai requests landing at the base. Mai complies and sends the request. With everything Banner told you, you thought Mai's attitude would change with the modifications, but it is not. Seeing her with her usual personality is reassuring. Even though the battle is over, the base is still in chaos, with the ground units running around, trying to assist the wounded and extinguish fires. Shortly after landing, the rest of the Renegade Army officers return to the base, and with the situation under control, you are summoned to the Situation Room. Go to the Situation Room. Once there, you take a seat at the central table, noticing all the empty chairs. Even with the victory, the defense of Dun Marad has claimed many, many lives. Where there were once a score of officers, now sat half that. Flanagan is the first to speak. I know the wounds from the battle are still fresh, but unfortunately we don't have time to mourn the losses. We've managed to fend off Nartos, but if there's still something we're sure of, it's that the Emperor won't leave things be. Another of the officers speak. We must prepare our men for the children of the sun's next assault. The Republic's response to our call has been insufficient. Thompson could provide many more men for our defenses. You cannot help but snap. Today, thousands of Republic soldiers have sacrificed themselves to protect their former enemies. You've no right to make such a demand. We're running out of time. We must attack. You continue. We fulfilled the terms of the treaty, and the renegade army must do the same. The children of the sun are losing more and more influence. It's time for a coordinated offensive. You look at the rest of the officers who look thoughtful. Ken Flanagan, you're right. Separately, the children of the sun will finish us off sooner or later. Our only real chance is the direct attack together with the other Alliance forces. You look to Blaze for support, but she keeps her head down, and her eyes averted. She has been too strongly affected by Polaris' death to argue in your favor. That's right. You continue. Nartos' fleet protects the solar system. We don't know exactly how many troops they have, but they doubtlessly outnumber us. In addition, they have the Phoenix. The presence of the Genesis will not give us the advantage we have counted on in this battle. Nartos already defeated it once and could do it again. Ken Flanagan. What about the mercenary clans in the SMC? Are we counting on their support? You reply, Sheep is taking on the Red Tier and regaining control of the Bay families. As for the SMC, the Republic is already renegotiating the terms of the Alliance. It's only a matter of time. You keep speaking. Admiral Bradley and the others are taking care of everything. As soon as an agreement is reached with the SMC and Sheep regains control, we'll attack. Right now, our priority is to continue defending the front lines while we prepare your fleet for the assault on the solar system. To that end, the Republic will keep its men in Dun Marad for as long as is necessary. With the Genesis and the rest of the ships, we'll be able to defend the position for as long as necessary. We must prepare to act. Falkland speaks without much eloquence. I agree. The rest of the officers nod as well. Ken Flanagan sighs. There won't be a second chance. As soon as we attack the solar system, the war will come to an end, leaving only one victor. We better get ready, because we're going to need everything we have at our disposal to defeat Nartos and Sol Invictus. The meeting continues for a while until you finally retire to rest. For now, all you can do is hold position and assist the renegade army until the call to arms. Flanagan enters the room looking agitated. Captain, a message has arrived from the Interstellar Republic. At last, the wait has been unbearable these past weeks. The uncertainty and pressure caused by Nartos' great strides in his plan had been driving you mad. What does it say? We've been summoned to a summit on the war. Your presence and that of the senior ranks of the Renegade Army is required at the Republic headquarters immediately. Do we know anything else? Flanagan shakes his head. It was to be expected. The Republic cannot take the risk of having its plans leaked to the enemy. Are the others ready? That's right. We'll leave along with a small squadron. The rest of the fleet will hold position at Dun Marad, ready to march to the Children of the Sun's sectors as soon as we give the signal. That is what you wanted to hear. As soon as the agreement has been reached at the Council of War, how quickly you will act will be decisive. You and the crew get up and prepare to leave. It is finally time for action. Prepare for takeoff.
We will travel in the assigned groups, keeping a safe distance between us. Falknan and I will be in the second group. The advance party will signal us upon detection of enemy presence to divert our course and avoid combat. Remember, our priority is to remain unnoticed for as long as possible.
Roger that. We're ready, Captain.
So, let's not waste any more time. Let's get going.
Okay. I'd say that'll be it for this one. I seem to see that the end seems to be drawing closer and closer. So we might only have an episode or two left. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next one.